Can you bring me my bottle by your foot?
What it do, everybody?
Yeah.
Hey, man, number one, man. Thankful for another edition of
Live on
Sunday.
Sunday.
Man, shout out to my dog, Mike. We apologize for being late. We big on not being late. We respect everybody's time. Trying to get the new visual and the camera right. You know, I'm camera illiterate. So me and Mike was just chopping about the upgrades and everything we got going on. Mike, tell people what you got going on this week. What happened, dog? How did the journey go? How did the weight loss go? How did the situation? Talk to the people.
Hey, the journey is going good, brother. The journey, as of this week, I stepped on the scale. I am 3 more pounds down. I'm 20 pounds complete. So I'm 20 pounds complete. I went out yesterday. People noticing the weight. I'm looking good.
Okay.
I took some pictures yesterday, and I don't look fat in the pictures. So that's step one. Step one, complete. You know, the titties was looking like pecs. The stomach was looking kind of flat. And you know, I don't know if you noticed, nigga, I'm getting a neck.
Hey, number one thing I tell for all fellas, man. The name of the game, Mike, is to keep reinventing yourself, dog.
Correct.
And what you are doing right now is you ain't talking, you being about it. So shout out to my dog for reinventing himself, taking the time to eat properly, taking the time to be healthy properly. All that stuff matters, man. So shout out to you, family. What else was you cooking up this week? What else?
This week, I had 2 interviews. So
Okay.
So hopefully we'll hear something back. You know what I'm saying? I'm in round 2. You know what that means. You know, round 2, you know, people die in round 2. They might not never get to speak to the people, but we're gonna be prayerful and we're gonna be hopeful that these jobs metabolize, and if it don't, bro, then that mean it won't for me. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts, though, dog. Big facts.
And that's one thing I do want to talk about on the pod today. Like, you know, you gotta be careful what you pray for, because God will truly give it to you, and you got to be ready for it when it comes.
No, big facts, dog. Big facts. That's good, Mike.
What
And
about
the
you,
last
man?
check-in this week for me, Mike, was pretty chill. I didn't do a lot. Went to a con that I went to, Mike. I'm gonna talk about that on the pod. But that was Pastor Keon was there, and I ain't know. And we got to talk about all of that.
Keon, was he there with Shiny?
Man, Mike, we got to talk about. We're gonna say that for the tea later. But I did that, Mike. Worked out, got right. I travel next week, Mike. Got a work trip. By the way of that, told wife we got that going on, man. Mother's Day is a few weeks too, Mike. We're gonna try to do something nice. She want to see October London the next few weeks. You know what I'm saying? He coming down here to Houston next week, October London. I don't know if you hip to him, Mike.
That's the artist dude, right?
Come on, Mike. The new Marvin Gaye, Mike. He got the streets on fire. Streets on fire, Mike. And we're going to see him, Mike. So just that, man. Family, good vibes, man. Keep trying to make our way to make ourselves make extra money like we doing. Keep making the pod do good. Your clip, Mike, people loved it. Want to tell you, I'm gonna keep doing that as we keep getting more value, man.
That could be like the hot point of the week. You know what I'm saying? Like the repoint of the week. I got you. I like it.
Keep doing it. Yeah, Mike, and that's the thing, man. Like I said, I tell everybody, we still learning. I'm happy that the journey is going slow but steadily. I'm not caught up, Mike, that it got to be big overnight. We ain't on that, man. The steadily point, that's the whole goal for me, man. Of course, we trying to get it where we can have a little extra, because in this economy, it's crazy right now in these streets, Mike. I don't know if you don't know, but I'm letting everybody know you better have something else going. Oh, Lord, I ain't mean change thing like I don't know why.
Hey, nah, that joint is sweet, bro. It's drawing people's attention to it.
For sure. So that's the sweet point, Mike.
Hey, look, we need it. Hey, if you are any of the beard clubs, if you are an owner of the beard club, I'm trying to, you know, wifey saying the beard a little patchy.
It's all right.
Hey, let me be a brand ambassador or something, you know.
And Mike, you right though. But while we talking about the brand ambassador, Mike, what most people don't know, the main part of this live, Mike, did you know today is when Not Like Us dropped? Mike, a year ago, you looking at the beef. A year ago, you hearing how everything went down. I want you to speak on your favorite DJ, his list on the beef and how it went, Mike. You give your take. The best songs. Let me zoom it in for my dog so he can see it better. He has Family Matters, Mike.
Okay.
Number 2, Euphoria. Number 3, Not Like Us. Number 4 is Push Ups. Number 5, 616 LA. Number 7, Taylor Made. Number 6, Taylor Made. Number 7, Heartbeat 8. Number 7, Buried Alive. Number 8, Meet the Grams. 1 year away from the Dot Kendrick beef that reset hip hop, Mike. What do you think off the top was your first thing you took away from it?
That you cannot underestimate how big a wave is gonna be. Because for the simple fact that it has been 365 days. Do you know how much music drops off in 365 days? Do you know how much music don't have a 365-day run? It may have a 60-day run and that's it. But to say that this album, this beef has had a 365-day run, and look at the success that has come from the run. 5 Grammys, a Super Bowl appearance, and the list goes on. But those were the top 2 for sure. But that is crazy. That goes to show that you cannot ever underestimate, no matter how high you think you are, no matter how big of an artist you think you are, there's somebody bigger. And if the machine don't fuck with you at that moment, the switch is gonna flip and you gonna be on the bottom. And Drake, you could have ended this. You perpetuated this lasting 365 days. And look at where you at right now.
Beautifully said, Mike. Shout out to my dog. For me, Mike, it's 3 things that I want all men to take away from this Kendrick versus Dot beef. Number 1, learn how to take a loss, family.
100%.
If you a man and you get punched in the mouth, sometimes when you squabble up, Mike, the squabble up don't go your way. Where Drake messed up with is when Kendrick put his response out there and you thought you was going to little boy and you went and mentioned his wife. You can't get mad about him hitting back at you to say, if you punch somebody in the face, gentlemen, everybody don't fight the same. You may hit me in my mouth, Mike. I may go shoot up your mama house.
Right.
You may disrespect me. I may shoot at your mom and disrespect everybody in your family. What Drake underestimated was the power of how far Dot was willing to go. Number 2, talent outweighs and dedication outweighs everything else. Drake has been a hopper type of artist. Dot is really dedicated to the craft. What Drake thought he was going to do was the same method he tried for Meek. What most people don't realize is that Kendrick did what Drake did in Meek Mill beef.
100%.
He just reversed his cards on him. He dropped the tracks early. He made a catchy song. He made a catchy meme. Drake had no move prepared for that.
No moves.
Number 3.
When you pull a me on me,
Mike, number 3, when you take the loss, fam, bow out gracefully. Fam, fellas, if you shoot a shot in the lady's DM, she blocked that mama, right? And she screenshot you. Why you getting on Instagram defending yourself, cuz? You shot your shot, it didn't work out. Let it be what it's gonna be. Stop trying to defend yourself.
There's no reason to defend.
It might. You got caught. It didn't work out. It is what it is, folks. But when you keep trying to go lawsuit route, keep trying to prove yourself as being innocent, you hurt yourself and make yourself feel more guilty. And that's what happened to me, Mike, when you're into the battle. Take off, family. What you thought about that?
Yo, I just think, I totally agree with every point that you had. And I think the biggest lesson, like you said, learn how to lose. Learn how to lose, because him not knowing how to lose perpetuated this thing. The back and forth, you should have never did. After it started snowballing into something crazy, you got it, fam.
And I don't think Drake understands something too, looking into a year of Mike. When you mention a man's wife, Dude
That's
would
it.
kill you for that, fam.
For real.
Do you understand how disrespectful it is to mention my lady in a record? Do you know how disrespectful it is to say my kids could not potentially be theirs? I can tell Drake was raised around a certain culture, Mike, that he don't
Yeah.
understand.
That's
It's a
not the
squabble
black
up
side.
after that.
That's
Mike,
not the black side.
It's a squabble up fade after that.
On site every time.
Come on.
And
And
I'm
I think
talking about, bro, we can't even be in the same building. We in the
no, bro.
same building. I don't care, bro. And see, what a lot of people gotta understand, Drake, you white celebrity. Like Kendrick, black celebrity. Kendrick, bro, you better be lucky y'all one in the same place. And every time y'all was in the same place, this man put his hands on you.
I don't even think people understand how deep that is, Mike. Like when you disrespect the man's publicly, you got to understand he got his wife, Mike. He got his family. He got his kids. He has his own set work, social network, and everything. He got to defend folk too. So when you make comments like that and be like, "Hey, man, it ain't that big of a deal, bro," do you know who you can't disrespect nobody like that, fam? And I don't like
I'm
Mike. Let me say this too. Everybody trying to defend that man, he lost, fam.
100%.
Y'all making it worse by saying Taylor Made was good. Taylor Made is not touching Euphoria, not like us. In the
No.
discussion.
But my thing is this too. Why didn't you learn from talking about Virginia, the homie from
Shh.
Hampton? Why didn't you learn about that? That you got drug after you mentioned Virginia's name. And then you had to admit to the world that you had an illegitimate son. You got spanked and never learned from, once again, didn't think he lost because Pusher was a smaller artist, but Pusher whooped that ass, belt the ass for real. Because of everything that came out after that. Your PR team had to work extra hard after that. But you don't take loss well. So you didn't take loss well again. And you know, George Bush, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me can't get fooled again, and you got fooled again. So I don't think he would. Maybe this ass whooping will be hard enough that he will not beef with a real MC ever again. Just don't do it.
Your opinion, Mike. How did Kendrick reset hip hop so much by his song and what he did?
Uh, well, this is like besides Ether, I think this is the first time in a long. And besides the Pusha T stuff, I think this is the first time in a long time we ain't seen nobody win no Grammys off of beef.
Hmm. That was fire,
That's
Mike. Keep
you,
cooking. That was
you
fire.
get what I'm saying? Like,
And for people that don't understand how big it was, Mike, $1.4 billion on Spotify, billion streams. Excuse me.
ooh,
Most streamed disc record of all time. Most streamed song of 2024. Most streamed rap song ever in a week. Most streamed rap song ever in a single day. Longest number one song on Billboard charts. 5-time Grammy Awards. Most rap song. Fastest to 100 million. Fastest to 500 million. Fastest to multi-platinum. 3 weeks at number one. Still charting in the top 25 on Billboard. First rap song to go number one in the second week. First rap song to go reach a decade, Mike, 1 billion seen. Remember that. He had no features, Mike. Longest charted song. And we got to remember, Mike, he was spitting straight facts on here. People
straight
forget
facts.
when you listen to that record, Mike, of course, we can't play it for streaming purposes, Mike. We forget what Dot was talking about, Mike. Where were you when you first heard the bars the first time and heard how it marinated? As entertainment music guy that you are, what was you thinking?
Man, I was in the
First
car.
reaction.
I was in the car. First reaction, I was in the car and I was playing it off the iPhone in traffic, and I had to restart the song mad times just to be like, God, Lee, whoo, buddy, cooking, because he called you a colonizer. He broke down metaphorically the way white people colonized us in the past to the way they do now, and what you're doing now as a colonizer. He broke down all your gimmicks that make you the artist that everybody know and love. He broke them down, and who has aided and abetted in you having said gimmicks. So not only did he discredit you, he discredited the people that were championing you to make you the artist that you are. It was so complex and deep, but simple at the same time. Bro, we ain't never seen nothing like this. And for him to break all those records, the one thing I have to keep going back to is for you to break all those records, it's a diss song, bro. It's a diss song. It was supposed to be in and out. It was supposed to be said and forgotten. And this was said and remembered. And said and remembered for a whole year straight. And
I'm,
years to come. Because
that was
if you
that was a
think
long
about it, if you
time.
think about it, not only the nail in the coffin was the Super Bowl. You already had us going, you already had us saying A minor everywhere we go now. You already have us yelling Mustard's name everywhere we go now. And now this was the most watched Super Bowl. So it's creating history again. He won 5 Grammys and then had the most watched Super Bowl for performance over Beyonce.
No, you
So
1,000% right.
so the problem is this: you not losing quietly and softly has put a stain and an asterisk beside your name as an artist, and now people, and your last album didn't do that well. All you can do is tour now. We don't want to hear nothing else from you because you ain't come at boy crazy. We don't want to
Mm.
hear nothing else. I mean, to me, you lost. If we just talking about me personally, bro, I was never really that big of a Drake fan, but I'm even more not a Drake fan now after that.
That was
How
bars,
many
man.
real and how many real niggas feel that way? A lot.
My first comments that come to me, Mike. Kendrick put a death to the corporate artists. I don't know if you know, Mike. The whole "we're going to make you big." Drake was the epitome of corporate America's artists that we make big.
Plant.
What Kendrick did was reshape the culture by saying, "No, artistry, talent, and being tapped in to who we are matters." Kendrick reset hip hop. You know, I love to get a historical context, Mike. We got to understand what music genres mean to Black Americans. Hip hop is journalism. As much as we don't want to think about it, Mike, hip hop is a sharing of information that's going on in the streets. Country
Yeah.
was meant to be reflective about your life. The blues are meant to champion the hard times. Rock and roll are meant to channel our emotions and how we spiritually connect to each other. Every genre of music influenced by us is meant to champion something. Have you noticed, Mike, since the Drake beef, none of the corporatized artists have trended?
None.
Any of those so-called industry plants have died along with them. If you aren't making superior artistry type of music, your music isn't going to go anywhere. Kendrick has literally made your regional sound popular again. Kendrick has made up in the culture, Mike, that you got to be influenced by something. He is deaf to the needle, Mike. Dumb talk. You notice all those songs we heard a year ago don't get played like that?
Good.
All those catchy jingles, Mike, they ain't catching on like that.
I'm
I don't
glad.
think I don't think people realize how much he has resetted it.
Mm.
Unless you are a true artist making true hip hop music, that is the only time you're gonna have longevity. If you're making party, trend, that type of music that's corporatized where you make a profit, you're not making an impact. Think about all those artists, Mike, we've seen come and go quickly.
100%.
And Kendrick,
Look at designer.
Mike, Boss Man D-Lo.
Dang, I like him.
Mike, but what have you seen him recently?
Zero. Been
What
quiet.
records have you heard? Since that, people don't understand. Kendrick put a point in a lot of people's careers. They don't even realize it, Mike. I've noticed it. Like, dang, a lot of that catchy, the stuff we heard maybe 5 years ago. Look at Sexy Red, man.
Sexy Red
All of
needed to go
artists, man.
ahead and decline, bro.
But Mike, all those artists, people don't even notice it. It's like, dang, since Kendrick went back on the scene, and a lot of
That's
that
a
stuff
bar,
went away.
bro. That's a bar because when you right. When you really think about it, he reset it.
He reset it, Mike. And Mike, while we go deep inside of it, you know how I know he reset it the most, Mike? What movie came out speaking on what Dot was speaking of? What movie did we
Sinners.
talk about? Sinners.
And it had good
Is
music.
that not a referendum of the Black American culture that we see being championed right now?
You right. And it had good music.
Come on, Mike. Art and hip hop imitates life. The culture has pivoted. The culture has shifted in real time, and most people have no idea. The corporate version of hip hop, Mike, we know what corporate is. Corporate is how to produce profit for shareholders. Hip hop has been used in corporate to produce income. That's why no hip hop artists have been popping, because they have not been focused on the artistry. Now that Dot has reset it, we're going to see a shift back into the true artistry of music. Your
But you
final
gotta,
thoughts on that one, Mike? Do you think how impactful that is?
it was super impactful, and I didn't even think about it from the way that you stated. But you gotta understand, when you recording artists, a lot of people don't understand, like, oh, I'm just a rapper, oh, I'm just a singer, oh, I'm just this. But you are a recording artist. That is a whole genre of art. That's a whole genre and culture of something appreciated on the artsy scale. So I think that we needed this reset, because we went from selling drugs in music to doing drugs, and the drug dealing music wasn't good.
And
It
Mike, you
wasn't
gotta,
good.
and when the drug dealing music was good, it was a story behind it. Young Jeezy had a story at my auntie's house,
Correct.
Mike. Gucci had a
Right.
story. It wasn't just I'm selling, I'm just flip, I'm killing. Nah, it was an art behind it.
It's storytelling, and I love the storytelling genre, and we need to bring it back,
For sure.
because it's like brainless mantra going on. And music is very influential. And bro, I was reading something, and I wish I read it fully to bring it to the table today. But from the switch of drug dealing music to drug doing music, and the gun you down, kill you, yeah, they would talk about that in hardcore hip hop. But every musician or recording artist now, young YNs, is talking about killing you, doing this to you, hurting you, harming you. Think about how many murders, how many violent crimes, how many assaults, how many horrendous crimes have happened because of the music that is going on right now. So I'm glad the paradigm has shifted, because when you think about it, crime has gone up due to the drug doing music.
Everything you said was phenomenal, Mike. And I agree, Mike. I think what most people don't even understand is that the pivoting is happening so strong. When we see it, Mike, we don't think about like, man, it's really happening. No, it's really happening. That's the reason why all the artists we see, we talk about, we discuss are popping and some are not. You know what I'm saying, Mike? And in real time, we see the divide happen. We see the Drake stands mindset being out here. And that mindset is being pervasive, and we're pushing back about it. The reason why I say that, Mike, and I bring it up, our boy Ish had a comment about Sinners I Want You to See. As Micah saw the movie now, this is the I'm learning, Mike, is what Kendrick was speaking of on a Not Like Us mindset.
You said what?
Highly overrated. I think artistically it was dope. But I think it was highly overrated.
Why? Like, what had it overrated?
I think that what happened with the movie was the marketing was great, and I think that the people did a great job marketing the movie. Like when I sit and talk to people about the movie before I saw it, it sounds like they regurgitating something that they read.
Okay.
Like some of these motherfuckers couldn't use some of those words if you paid them, like, and it just sounded like somebody read some shit and then they just
people were offering like dissertations on Twitter
and I think people read that and it influenced their real assessment of the movie.
So what did you think was like overrated? What were you expecting versus what you got?
Good question. I think the plot was blah. I think some of the symbolism that people talk about, again, I think they read that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people came up with that on their own. And then I've heard two like totally contrasting points of view. So I think that if you read one and you're like, oh, okay, that's what that meant. And then somebody else could have gotten something totally different. I think it was a great piece of art. But again, art is subjective. I could look at a painting and you could get something from it that I don't get from it. I could get something totally different. That's what I think it was. But as far as
But you just said it was a great piece of art.
Yeah, the way it was shot, I think the cinematography, all that was dope. I think the plot was
storyline. You know, what do you think about the acting?
But what if somebody? The acting was okay. It was okay. I think I like Michael B. Jordan. I think that I don't think he get in character well sometimes. Like I think when you start doing a movie from the 1930s, we still speak too properly. I think when you are actor, you get into that, you change your grammar, you do all of that shit. Nobody's using apostrophe S's in 1930s when you was a sharecropper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, some of that shit don't be believable for me.
Yeah, but he was a little different because they moved up to Chicago, hit the big city, and was working up there doing what they did. So he got a different experience than you say.
Like,
Like,
it was Al Capone and niggas.
yeah, he was up that way. So now he brought that back. So yeah, he's gonna talk a little different with that little city
People
swag.
have not been using apostrophe S's in the 1930s. Like,
Again,
why is that so far-fetched? I don't know.
I think
yes, they did, but yeah.
I think someone else up here even said that they didn't necessarily like the.
I didn't like some of the language. Did seem anachronistic.
So
Mike, your honest feedback, raw, unapologetic opinion when you hear. And remember, that's the Drake crowd. Thoughts?
I think when you can't fully articulate what you want to say and you continue to talk around in a circle, it's hate. You couldn't even formulate an articulated opinion about the movie. You said the same thing 3 times. Oh, the plot was blah. It was a great form of artistry. You contradicted yourself. I think you wanted to like it, but you wanted to hate on it more. If that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. And I want to show you this too, Mike, as you continue to cook. Every IMAX screening of Sinners has been sold out. Crashed the AMC websites. Hold on, Mike. Theaters nationwide have crashed out in the past 3 weeks based on this movie. As the more you hear context, Mike, what do you think about Ish and what you hear so far?
I think we have to stop letting closed-minded, small thoughts process people have platforms because it's dangerous. It's dangerous for people with his mindset to have a platform because they influence the youth and the young. I go back to the articulation of what he was saying. You just said it was trash, but couldn't even explain in an eloquent way why it was trash, except for the plot and people didn't use apostrophe S's in the 30s. You sound stupid and dumb, my boy. You sound and now you have a whole gang of people that probably agree with you. You said that people's opinion of the movie was too articulated and was too posh because it sounds like people wrote it. Why can't that be sheer emotion? Why can't that be sheer praise of the movie? Why can't that be real thought in real time? Because the movie was great. The movie was shot. It's made by a dope black. I just don't like when people tear down everything black. It's breaking records. Is clearly crashing out AMC because it's selling so much, and the streaming platforms and every movie is connected and it's messing that up. It has broke a record. Michael Kugler has now had multiple movies reach over 100 million. Why can't we congratulate him on that? The plot wasn't blah. If you understand anything about the person that they was talking about and the history and the time set of what they was talking about, it was amazing to capture that on film. I just don't understand why we have to get up there, but I get it. You have a platform. Everybody's not gonna like the movie, but we have to get up there and talk shit. And no, you didn't. You could have just said, "Hey, the movie wasn't for me," and left it at that. Because it's doing so much great things. The last thing we want to do is throw salt on those black men elevating themselves. But you did, and you couldn't. And I say it again, like, if you're gonna talk shit, articulate your shit talk. Be able to fully discertain your thought process.
Step number 1 for me, Mike. Beautifully said by my dog. Number 1, Mike. If Sinners wasn't the best movie in 2025-ish, give me your best movie.
100%.
If you're going to hold it to a standard this year, I want you to use the equivalent of the best movie that you saw this year. Go. Number 2, Ish, as you articulating your thoughts as a man, what do you think sharecroppers sound like? What did you mean by that comment? How are they supposed to sound? How are they supposed to live? How are they supposed to articulate themselves? Are you using an argument that they were too articulate? Ish, what is your example of a better film that you think this wasn't too deep? Give me an example. If you can't do those things and you in front of me, shut the fuck up, my boy. I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. If you can't articulate yourself, if you can't tell me your 2025 version of a better movie, you missed the whole point. Number one, Sinners is a movie about race dynamics in America. Number two, you are probably a product of it and you don't want to miss it, Ish. The
He's
white
real
girl
mulatto.
was, Mike, the white girl was symbolic of the mulatto thing. When she got bit and she came back in the juke joint and nobody checked her paperwork and asked her questions, that's the reason why everything happened. Mike, we have to start gatekeeping because like you said, Mike, Ish mindset can become pervasive. Guess what? We got to make Ish stand on your point of view. I would say, Ish, tell me the movie that's better this year. Don't tell me 5 years ago, this year.
And we only 5 months into the year.
You tell me something that you've seen better displayed, better artwork, better champion. You explain it. Because if you didn't, you're just going to be being a contrarian. And contrarians have to be articulate. You are not articulate enough to go against that grain. Number three, Mike, I have to ask this final question because I'm starting to notice it with immigrants and people that have mixed ethnicities. Where your family from, Ish? What's your background? Who you grew up with? Was your mama white? I got to start asking those questions, Mike. Tell me a little bit about you because I'm starting to learn something, Mike, as we go deep into our subject. Whenever I see a lot of negative comments from people that say a lot of negative things, you always know it's always going bad on Black Americans' great art forms.
Yes. And my thing is, all you buffoons set up there and let him do that.
Y'all ain't check him?
Ain't ask no provoking questions?
What was Dr. Umar when you need him to ask him, where's your source? That's for real, man. You saying this stuff, you saying the movie wasn't that dope. I want to ask again. Tell me a horror film that you've seen the past 5 years that was better. Exactly, Mike. I rest my case. Remember, y'all, Sinners was deep. Watch it twice, watch it 3 times. It was not a horror film. It was symbolic of Black American cultures and what we deal with on a regular basis. It was symbolic, and the girl in the film was symbolic of Ish and Drake. You come around, you think you're something, but actuality, when the mask is revealed, your true feelings come out. And this is the last thing I want to say about this point, Mike. If you don't understand something, I'm not trying to be funny, Mike. Just be quiet, bro.
100%, bro.
I'm
gonna get a shirt to say 100%. I realize I say that a lot. But what happened if you ain't got nothing nice to say? Don't say nothing at all.
Say it again, Mike.
And the movie clearly went over your head. Clearly. But everything ain't for everybody, and we need to understand that. I just wish they would stop giving so many people a platform to shit on the Black man.
You ain't lying about that at all, Mike. Why do you think they're giving that, Mike?
Oh, it's a ploy. It's a ploy of the enemy, bro. As the church folks would say, it's the devil.
You are stupid.
But nah, bro, it's a ploy of the enemy because this man has millions of people listening to that podcast, and the first thing you said against 2 other Black men was something negative. I can't bang with that, bro.
I'm gonna ask you again, Mike. Where's his family from, Mike? We gotta start asking these questions. I know it's uncomfortable when we say it like that, Mike. Remember when Wallow said his comment, like, bro, where your people? Where you from, dog?
Mm-hmm.
Where you getting this energy from that you talking like that? Where are you? You know what I'm saying, Mike? What's really going on, folks?
Bro, but we gotta have real homeboys. I know if I said some buffoonery, Terrell be like, dog, nah.
And Mike, I want to say something else too. Just because we disagree don't mean we gotta dislike each other, folks. 100%. And if I'm telling you, Ish, you don't know what you're talking about, and you get emotional, you're not my homeboy. And remember, Mike, it is the Drake crowd, the Ish crowd, the academic crowd. I don't know if everybody's picking up on that. Remember Drake made this comment to Kendrick. Remember what he said? You rapping like you trying to free the slaves. What?
What's that mean?
What you say? Ish. Dinners wasn't that good. It wasn't that deep. What? What you say?
Right.
Hold on, folks. Let's do it again, Mike. You rapping like you trying to free the slaves. What?
Right.
What that mean, bro? Oh, Sinners wasn't that good. It was kind of overrated. What?
Why was it overrated?
What you talking about, folks? What you getting at? What's wrong with you? So we had these conversations.
I know what it is. I know what it is. It's the hurt from my black daddy not being in my life. So now I gotta take things out on the black culture forever. And being raised by a white scorned mother.
And this is something, Mike, and this is an old video that speaks on this, but I want to share it, Mike. I saw it this week. Dr. Umar.
Charter school. So you want
when they talk about relations.
Exactly.
I don't remember this, Mike.
School. Lauren.
So the question of interracial marriage,
Yes,
I mean,
ma'am.
come on, man. You're too smart for this. We got 43.
Smart for what?
We got 43 million black people in this country.
And
We
that
got
means
over
what?
190 million white people. You're gonna sit here and say that if
And you
a
got
black
half the
person,
black
a white person get married, a black person, a white person get married, one can't understand the other person's struggle. You've seen
It's not about
Tim Wise, right?
individualism.
You've seen
It's
Reverend
about
Wallace. You've
systematic
seen white people who
empowerment.
understand racism very well.
That doesn't
The
mean
other
they're going to do
thing-
anything
the other
about
thing
it.
that is obviously true is they understand racism when you see things like the murder of Medgar Evers, like the murder of
And-
Martin Luther King. They understand racism
And
just
what
fine.
did they do
They
about it?
understand us gaining just fine, and that's why murder happened.
Based on what?
So the idea that somehow a white person can't understand our struggle,
I
no
could
way.
care less what they understand. I'm
No
asking
way.
you, what have they done systematically
He already
to
told you
improve
that.
the opportunities
He
of white
already
folks?
told you
He
that.
did not tell
Oh,
me
yes,
that.
you did tell
He
tell
did
you
not
that.
tell me that.
You're going to tell me that guys like Tim Wise and Reverend Wallace don't understand
What about
race in
Tim
America?
Wise?
They don't understand race
He
in America?
articulates
They don't-
racism,
So
but
all-
what has he done to
There are no white
systematically
people that understand race in
eliminate it?
America.
There's not
no
a white
people.
person
There's
in
no
America.
white people understand race in America.
There's not a white person.
Them going to Eugene.
There's not a white person in America who has ever worked to systematically eliminate the white privilege that they benefit from vis-a-vis your oppression.
You know 190 million people in America.
Eugene.
We're not going to go there. We're not. I haven't
called me a liar, and you're cool.
Well, it's a fact that
Watch
you're
how
lying.
you talk
It's
to
a
me,
fact
but
that
watch
you're
how I
lying.
talk
It's
to
a
you.
fact.
I
Cool.
understand
To say that.
No, everybody, 1 second. Several things I don't allow. I don't allow the N-word. I don't allow coon. We can talk to one another and disagree, but I do not use racial epithets against
And
black
that's
people.
fine, but he called me a liar.
No.
So the language needs to be watched on both
Racial
sides.
epithets
The host is wrong. He ain't never checked Buddy, but checked Dr. Umar for sure on that.
Yeah.
will not be used on this show
And that's fine.
by anybody.
But how we talk to each other needs
you
to
can
be
say
up.
whatever you want, but no racial epithets will be used on this show about black people to black people. Eugene, your question.
So, from your paradigm, from your perspective, Civil Rights Act isn't an act of white folk stepping up on behalf of black folk. Current criminal justice reform legislation moving isn't a current act of white folk stepping up on behalf of black folk. Folk that funded the civil rights movement in the 50s and 60s isn't an act of white folks stepping up and having black folk. I'm sorry, as an American, because I define myself as an American, an African American.
I'm sure you do.
I live in a country that moves forward together. And I say that as a Republican. We move forward together.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
we have individual struggle. Yes, we have struggles.
I'm not talking
Yes, we have.
about
Yes, no. Yes, we have.
talking
We
about
have. We have. We have
bias,
systematic.
disproportionality.
We have-
Finish it.
Yeah.
Finish it. 15 seconds. And
We have systematic struggles, and together as a country, moving forward to defeat those struggles.
Really?
No,
so
we
based
haven't.
on what you said, I want you to give me examples of white folk, not individuals, but systematically.
individuals?
Excuse me.
Why can't they be
excuse
individuals?
me.
1 second.
I know you can't wait to
1 second
defend them,
answer.
but let me
1
finish.
second answer.
Can I finish?
Go.
Okay, I'm going. Okay. You cannot name anything systematically done ever in this country by white people to equal the playing field for black folks.
The Civil Rights Act, Congress literally sits behind us. The Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act.
Are you
Both
aware?
of them.
Are you aware?
Hey, can I?
Both of them.
White people are
Second.
proud of you, son.
Scott Bolden.
Quick. I think the terminology and the narrative being used is a little misleading, not from you, but from this dialogue right here.
Okay.
It's one thing to sympathize with the struggle. It's another one to empathize with the struggle. Very different. When you talk about marriage being a political choice, and that one of the arguments that you made that tend to agree with is that if you don't marry a black woman, then she can never support and comfort and value your day-to-day struggle as a black man.
Mike, let you cook. When you see that conversation, it's kind of funny. The reason why I played that, Mike, that goes into our conversation we just had right now. As you hear the arguments of the Drake stands being out there, do you think they understand this? That the gestures of hip hop and what they say are so much more impactful, and that black people internalize it much differently? Take off on that, Mike, on any point.
I don't think somebody that is not 100% inside the struggle of what we go through every day, day in and day out. And when I say that, you got to understand that the two individuals that we talking about were raised by white mothers, right? Secondly, yes, they may have had socioeconomic disenfranchisement, but they had not had socioeconomic disenfranchisement as a single black mother raising a black child in America. So I don't think that they can speak on, I don't think that they can understand. And as the gentleman said, they can sympathize, but they cannot ever empathize, because the feeling of what we go through and what we have been through cannot be felt unless you've been through it and you are deep rooted into the situation. So when it comes to a hip hop standpoint, I don't think Drake could ever understand, because you was raised by a white Jewish mother, and not being anti-Semitic, but having a white Jewish mother is what got you this far by being partial Jew, because the music industry is ran by the Jewish people. So you can't rap with struggle because you was on Nickelodeon, bro. Some of these people started from the bottom. Some of these people started from having mixtapes and the tape decks. You started from already having an amass of wealth that you cannot rap about understanding being broke. You was being broke from a different point of view.
That's
The
facts,
only,
Mike.
the
I would
only
say
thing.
for me, Mike.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, finish cooking. Go ahead. Finish cooking, dog.
I was
Finish
gonna
cooking.
say the only thing that he can sympathize from is having a no good black dad.
That was
But
real when you said that. That was
he
real.
has a no good black dad from a scorned white woman's point of view, not a black woman's point of view.
Bars.
She just got showed on how a black woman get treated daily through that relationship. You know what I'm saying?
That's bars, dog. For me, especially, Mike, the first thing in watching that video with Dr. Umar, mentally, if you have the energy that you have already done enough, instead of addressing the real problems, number one, hip hop is journalism for the streets, y'all. As much as people don't think about it, I want you to look at the origins of hip hop. NWA. The NWA, they were addressing what was going on in Cali at the time. Any mainstream hip hop was talking about what was going on in their local neighborhood, police brutality, lyricism, consciousness, graffiti, all of that stuff you seen in those messaging. That's what it is. So when you have those conversations like Umar articulated very well, Mike, you can say, I empathize, I understand, I see what's going on. But until you in the trenches, making something happen, making something shake, making things go, you ain't gonna never be understanding or respected like that, dog.
100%.
That is whole Drake's plight. That's his entire issue right there, Mike. He's not getting the respect nor the understanding he once got. Instead of understanding it, Mike, seeing my shortcomings, being like J. Cole, Mike, you want to be 21. You want to be Thugger. You want to be Slime. You want to be Sklat. Instead of you being like J. Cole saying, hey, I'm a product of white mama, but I still face racism.
100%.
I am facing racism, and this is how I grew up with. We would have respected it. But you try to assimilate to somebody like you wasn't. And when the hood got unveiled, academics, Ish, Drake, the kids that come from that background, i.e. the lady from that Sinners movie, you notice they all have the same issue, Mike? Identity, purpose, and race.
Because you too white for the black kids, and you too black for the black kids.
Mike, and
White
you
kids.
don't know how to toe that line. And I want people to understand this too, Mike. And I didn't learn this till I got adults. We don't have a problem with mixed children. White folks do. they make it be clear that you are not like them. Black people don't have an
100%.
issue with mixed children because it's in our family all the time.
And
We don't have an
yeah,
issue
it's
with
been in our family for years. And one thing we know is one drop of black, you black. I want to circle back though, right? I want to circle back because I didn't get to, and now that I think about it, I didn't get to. Oh man, this look crazy. I got you on my big work screens now. It look crazy.
my
but
dog.
but check this out, right? So he's saying, okay, they didn't systematically help us, and the dude said the Civil Rights Act. Okay, cool. The right to vote. Okay, cool. But you can't even count that as somebody systematically doing something for us because the injustices and the problems that we still have still exist with the Civil Rights Act and with us voting. And the only reason why they did that is to sway because now one party needed the black vote, right? So, okay, we got the right to vote. We still technically 3/5 of a person, but the only reason why we're given the right to vote is to use the black vote. They're acting like giving us the right to vote wasn't us being used. He acts like giving us and what he has to understand, right? Yes, white people have given us some things, but when they give us these things, what does it actually give us? Nothing really. And what has it taken? They give us one thing and take away another. So what is it really doing, right? We're fighting for civil rights, and I say this all the time. We should have never been fighting for civil rights. Somebody was miseducated, and we should have been fighting for human rights. Because if we're fighting for human rights on a common law standpoint, then we would be treated just like them. Period. It
I
would
think,
be no. What is civil rights, right? What is civil rights? Everybody has natural human rights.
Mike, hold
And
on. I got to pause you right there. People were pushing back for you to be treated civilly. Hold on, Mike. I want you to think about this.
not
Hey,
humanely.
I want to be treated civilly like a person. Oh, hell no. We can't do that. Oh, you can't be treated civilly? Oh, hell no. You can't be treated the same as me. You can't go to the same schools. You can't. Mike, wait a minute. People were pushing back against that.
Right.
Not equal, not human, not sane, not treat me like a person, civilly. So when the brother said they did do a lot, what? Doing a lot is to treat me civilly, man?
That's what I'm saying. They still don't treat me like a person.
I just, when I hear dudes like that talk, it lets me know you are okay being disrespected. You are okay not getting respect. And I would even ask, Mike, where you from, dog?
And you're not on our side. But we gotta
is you not
understand.
culturally? You know what I'm saying, Mike?
Not all skin folk is kinfolk.
Yes, because that mentally it don't even draw to me to say that's susceptible.
And he was getting so angry about it. Yes, they did. Yes. No, bro.
Well, Mike, we got to understand culturally, and this is something that's a deep topic, Mike. Have you ever tried somebody that's Latino and they like a Dominican person call them black, and how vehemently they go against it? We got to understand, Mike, we have a culture of resistance. Outside of America, a lot of people don't have that cultural spirit of that, Mike.
We want to be everything but black, bro. We want to be everything but black.
I had a conversation, with some of the coworkers, Mike, and one of the cats are from Africa, right? And I don't have any issues with Africans. The issue I have, Mike, is when you act like you've done a lot here that we haven't already done, right? So he was asking a question. Why don't most black children like to read? What do you mean they don't like to read? Well, I always try to preach to the school and they don't like to read. Well, it's hard to talk about reading, Mike, when my basic necessities are not taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're from blase black country. I think he's from Nigeria, right, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Why is Lagos like it is? What do you mean? A lot of the kids don't have schools to go to. They eating dirt cookies. Ain't no roads. Ain't no active system. Why is that the way it is?
Right.
Beatbox, Mike.
But in Nigeria.
But I just asked a simple question. Just like you asked me, why is it not like that? And you can't answer it. Why do you expect something different the same way? Remember, there's a hierarchy among all of us, Mike. Y'all got y'all struggles. We got our struggles. Why is the people that are struggle overemphasized instead of the kids that are doing right? You know what I'm saying? I've noticed that a lot. And remember, Mike, we address our problems. We know our issues. We discuss them openly. A lot of other coaches, Mike, is shh. You don't respect white people. You don't question white people. You don't ask them things. We culturally, man, we gonna ask them whatever, man. You ain't no better than me. You ain't gonna talk crazy to me. You ain't no gooder than me. That's spiritually ingrained in us. A lot of other ethnicities, Mike, it's not.
Bro, this remind me of a story of what happened at work. And I don't know if I told this last week, right? But I had to check a guy from the UK at work. He a white guy, right? So we're talking about London and England and stuff like that. And I was like, and I've only met him a couple of times. I was like, yo, bro, you from London? He was like, yeah. I was like, I spent 2 months in Oxford at school for exchange program. He was like, this is the first thing that he said, Terrell. He said, oh no, bloke, you too ghetto for Oxford. You were born in the hood, right? And I said, Roy, it was school. I said, what you mean by that? I tried to give him the opportunity to explain himself. He said, you too ghetto. You too hood. You were born in the hood, right? No. I said, listen to me here. And I had to explain to him. I asked him, I said, yo, when you said that, I had to calm down. They wouldn't let me talk to him the first day that he said that to the rail because they were scared I was gonna have we waiting for him in the parking lot. And very much so. I calmed down, I thought about it. And I was like, you offended me the other day. And I don't even understand if you knew that you offended me, right? I was like, what did you mean by he was like, because he kept saying, Oxford is our Harvard. Oxford is our Harvard. I said, was it because I'm black that I could not roam the halls of Oxford? Was it because I talk in a certain vernacular? I was like, because you don't even know me, because it can't be you saying that I'm stupid. It, it had anything to do with color? He tried to backtrack. Oh no. What I was saying is even where I'm from, it is considered hood and ghetto. I said, no, 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 no. So what you're saying is I'm too common to be there. I said it had everything to do with color. I said, and how long you been in America? Oh, I've only been in America a year. He tried to play. I didn't know what I was saying. How did you not know what you were saying? Because I've never heard a white person describe himself as hood or ghetto. And I was like, secondly, you said I was born in the hood. I was like, I grew up in the suburbs in a 2-parent household where both my parents are highly educated. So why couldn't I walk the street? Why couldn't I walk the hallways of Oxford? Had everything to do with my color because what you're explaining to me right now is not equivalent to what you're saying. I said, oh, well, I'm not from here. No, 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 no. You were overtly racist and you tried to backpedal. I said, so check this out. You're not even smart enough to go to Oxford yourself. I was there for 2 months, roaming the hallways with your white people. Yeah, it was your Harvard, but I was at your Harvard. What type of parent household do you have? Oh, well, my dad left my mom. Well, my dad ain't never leave my mom, blood. I grew up in a 2-parent household next to the gated community. So what we talking about? So why couldn't I walk the hallways of Oxford? I had a 3.9 in college. Why couldn't I walk the hallways of Oxford?
I got to address something about that Harvard Oxford thing, Mike. I want everybody to understand something. That college scandal hurt the Ivy League and all that college believable system.
Because your kids didn't deserve to be there. You was paying
Mike,
for them to be there.
Once I understood, Mike, that 50% of Harvard's admission was legacy, it ain't everybody that goes there is not smart.
Oh, my dad went there, and my dad's dad went there.
Mike, 50% of the admissions are legacy. Think about that for a second.
They ain't no better than the people letting the people be Kappa because their daddy was a Kappa.
Mike, you ain't getting it out the mud. You ain't earning it. You ain't really smart. Can we stop this Harvard is smart notion?
Right.
Can we stop that? Not saying the people at Harvard are not intelligent, but the whole mystique around them is gone now. That college scandal exposed that people are bluffing to get their children in college. And it's an admission and income-based thing. Stop acting like it's because
Johnny SAT scores.
come on, Mike.
But y'all got a building y'all want to build on campus, and my family gonna donate to that building that y'all want to build on campus.
Once I learned that, Mike, I said, all of this is fugazi. Let's stop acting. Let's stop it. Stop it. I can't walk the hallways of Oxford. Everything is like a come on now.
Bro,
you mean that what's the difference?
He tried to say because he couldn't walk the hallways of Oxford,
man,
I couldn't walk the hallways of Oxford.
Man, disrespectful, man. Disrespectful.
Bro, I got him. He apologizing right now. Yo, brother, I didn't mean that. I was like, but you can't explain what you meant. So therefore you meant it in a racist and you meant it to be racist, bro.
Yeah, facts, fam. That Mike cooking with napalm today. Hey, share the live. Mike, our next subject. Man, Mike, you know I went to CryOutCon. And I saw Pastor Keon and Shawnee Henderson.
Shawnee
Henderson, Mike. And let me show the visual. We went there for one day. Beautiful thing, beautiful expo. First thing, Mike. Out my mind, these church folks out their damn mind, Mike. They are so disconnected to the real struggle that is going on here for black folks, and they don't have no identity how. Number one, Mike, I didn't know that Shawnee, former O'Neal, had 5 children before she married Pastor.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Hold on, Mike. You are a pastor, multi-millionaire, and you marry a 5-time baby mama 5.
I mean, but shit, baby mama, multi-millionaire as well.
Mike, are you encouraging other young men to get with a baby mama 5? Is that what I'm hearing you say, Pastor Mike?
Hey, all I'm saying is love is love,
Mike,
brother.
I keep it 1,000, Mike. We gonna lay it on the bricks in here, on the pavement. Is you telling future Mike Jr. that it's cool to get with a baby mama 5 after you up?
Nah.
Thank you, G. It's not. Pastor, I want to say something else too. Stop telling young men now are not pro-marriage like they used to be, Mike. I don't think people understand culturally. Kevin Samuels changed the man dialogue. Am I lying, Mike?
He did.
The GOAT father.
Rest in peace to the GOAT.
I don't think, Mike, when I was in there, it's like, Mike, they're pre-Kevin Samuels still. Like, men are not hearing, I'm going to put you up and we're not going to go 50. What? It's like, Mike, they not even listening to the real world stuff. Like, I'm in there like, Mike, y'all know brothers are actively speaking differently about this, right? You're not going to tell a man right now, if you're going to be with me, I got to go to church 5, I got to go to church and Bible study every week, and we doing this and doing that. And I don't want to work. Mike, where are they doing that? It's like, Mike, I was in there, Mike, for a day hearing the messaging. It was like life before everything we hear got going on. And it was shocking to me to hear it.
Were they at least preaching the word of God, bro? Was they at least trying
Mike,
to bring
it
people
was
to our Father?
Number one, Mike, it was close the doors. They was asking for money at a conference, Mike. I got to pay a ticket. And y'all accept an offering? What the hell? What the hell, Burton? What the hell, LeBron James? What the hell, Yonte? Y'all accepting an offering? Why I had to pay to come here? What the hell, Mike? Number one. Number two, it was good. It was beautifully set up. Number three, Mike, the disinformation they was given is bad. In this landscape we have right now, you cannot teach the way we did 10 years ago, Mike. Dating, financially, even mentally. Mike, they're telling these women, and I was in there talking to them, do not listen to what men are not, in this environment that we're in, men are not operating the same. You're not gonna go to a man and tell him I'm not gonna work or you gonna put me up, and he gonna be like, okay.
Man, the Bible say he don't work, don't eat.
Mike, before we even get there, Mike, those talking points are done. They're done, Mike.
They teaching women how to be city girls.
Mike, what I felt, Mike, personally, ain't no about relationships, Mike. It's about what the man got to do. What about what I want, Mike? It was like you can tell it's catered towards women. It wasn't nothing about being a solid foundation, having a solid family between you and your spouse, Mike. I'm with that. But what I'm hearing is that my man need to do this. He gotta have this. He gotta have that.
About God? Was anything
Mike,
about?
I ain't hear no godly head talk.
Anything, bro? See, this is what we. This was
what the hell, Mike?
This what annoys me, bro. You at a church conference. Only thing we should be talking about is delivering souls to Christ.
Mike, talked about Mike. Relationships was 80% of the topic, and when the guy went up there, and I didn't know Miss Henderson's background, and when I'm hearing this, like, wait a minute, our pastor chose a full-time baby mama. Wait a minute, what the hell?
You gotta give it a little,
Mike. What the hell,
bro?
No, Mike.
She was married before. It ain't like she had 4 different baby daddies, dog. She
True,
was married,
Mike, but
she was married and had 1 baby father, bro.
Mike, you dog, Mike. He didn't go to church before you married her. How did you meet her, Pastor? What would you meet her at, Pastor? She wasn't actively a church member. She said that, Pastor.
Jeez.
She was on the shows. She started going when you going. Respect. But why didn't you meet somebody already in your foundation that was doing right? What?
Bro, why?
What the hell? What the hell, burden?
Bro, the sole purpose. Why wasn't you trying to deliver souls to Christ?
Mike, why are we having a conversation and I'm asking questions and people getting mad at me for asking questions? You mean to tell me he ain't? No, they weren't about to kick me out, Mike. But I'm just like, I'm hearing this conversation. I'm just like, why didn't he pick somebody that was already in the church? Why would you pick somebody that wasn't? You a pastor. I know she fine. I get it. But if that's what you was going after, what is it? Are you going after your lust or you going after a true godly woman? Because what I'm saying and what you going after are 2 different things, dog. Then y'all said we here to learn about God. Then you asking for a damn offering. What the hell? What the hell, Ante? Mike, they say if you got 100, come down. $100 in this economy? What the hell? What the hell, Ante? If you got 40, come down. We trying to get at least 50. We trying to get at least 50. Come down.
I don't like when they put the number on it, bro.
Mike.
Because if you're gonna give, right?
Mike,
you should be able to give from your heart, and that be it.
Mike, they asked for $100.
Oh, rip.
Mike, in this economy, I'm not trying to throw shade, Mike. I'm just telling you, but as an outsider, don't go to, you know, we address everything here, number one. Me and Mike leave it on the pavement. We don't lie about nothing. But why are we having this? Number one, why are relationships being discussed? And we're not talking about the current dating format,
but
Mike?
Why are we not talking about Christian relationships?
Mike.
Why are we not talking about the way God designed man and woman? Why are we not talking about marriage in the way that God loves marriage? I just got one thing to say, and I'm going to leave it on the pavement, right? We got to stop idolizing these preachers. And there's nothing wrong with idolizing these people, right? But you got to understand the message that these people are bringing to the table. And sometimes the message that these people are bringing to the table is very skewed and is not what God wants. And anybody can say they're a preacher, but you have to look at what they aligning themselves with. And from what Terrell is saying, that it was not aligned in the way that it should be.
Mike, how did you choose your old lady? She wasn't in it. What are we talking about? I'm just saying, Mike. And once they asked for the $100, I said I gotta leave. Mike, I left early. I'm gone. They was like, you leave. I said, I'm gone. They asked for money now. What the hell, y'all say?
And I done paid to be here.
Hey, they ain't even had no water there for your boy. I was parched. They ain't even give out free water. But you want 100? What the
They
hell
ain't
are
give you a
y'all
swag.
saying?
They ain't
Mike,
give you, bro.
nada.
I hate my eyes, bro, because my eyes still be looking smack eyes, and I'm
It's
not
not,
smack.
Mike. I'm just
I hate
telling
my
you what
eyes,
was
bro.
going on. You good, fam?
Bro, they ain't
I'm
give you a
just telling
swag. They
you,
ain't give you a swag bag or
Mike.
nothing.
They gave us swag. Put the tuition and offering, nigga. What the hell, Leonte?
Bro, we gotta be
I'm telling you,
careful.
Mike.
Like, I don't like that. I don't like that because these people have a large platform, right? And
Man,
as a pastor, bro, as a pastor, and you know I have a degree in theology, right? But as a pastor, our number one goal as a Christian, as somebody in church, as somebody, period, number one goal is delivering souls to Christ so that they could live a better life.
and
What
Mike,
is
I'm gonna say
and
something.
I'm concerned about the messaging that's being taught. That's not
Mike,
cool, bro.
Mike, I'm gonna tell you something. The church has a problem because there was no men there. There was none.
Damn. Besides Keon.
It was us, Mike. I think it was 90% woman, 10% man. And those men, Mike, on average, were 40 and up. It's truth. They have a
You
huge problem.
you can't preach a wholesome relationship if your relationship didn't start out wholesome.
Mike, why you think I'm mentioning it, Mike? And to pivot, man, me and Michael, we'll talk about that forever. Mike, have you heard about the story of Get Out in Mississippi?
Bro, you
Let
sent
me
me the
set my
literature,
dog.
bro.
Let
Bro,
me
you
see
sent
it.
me the literature, bro.
You got to watch it down from the beginning, Mike. Pay attention.
Get Out is going on here. So I saw this on X, y'all, and I had to share this with y'all. So this couple, this interracial couple, went on a date, right? Now this dude posted this on Facebook originally and it went viral. He said, "This is why I don't usually date outside my race." Now, if y'all have never seen the movie Get Out, you better go watch it. So basically he went out with this girl. They went on a date. That was the picture of them. And then she texted him saying, "I definitely enjoyed our night out, but I don't think my parents can find out about us. ... He said, "Same here, and why?" And she said, "They despise black guys. My last black boyfriend, let's just say it didn't go well. They literally set him up to be put in jail for life for something he didn't even do. Google Wellington. I really like you, but I don't want anything to happen to you." Not giving his government name. And then he replied and said, "I like you too. And yeah, that's crazy. I went to school with him. Maybe if you sat down and had a conversation with them, they'll loosen up. Think they would be down for dinner?" And she said, "I'll ask.
What?
Because I really like you and I will not lose you." And then he said, "I don't want to lose you either." And then she basically said that her mom and stepdad would be open to meeting that evening. So I guess he meets the parents. He takes a screenshot of the dinner and shows receipts of the meeting. This is so creepy. So he took her phone and saw a message. This is so creepy, y'all. Saying this. He said, it says basically that was her talking to her mom, "Mommy love." He seems well put together, but it's something about him me and Jeff don't approve of. He seems like he would be good around the house for things we need, but not for a relationship. Tried to convince him to start working for us. And once we take a trip to the mountains this summer, well, know the rest. Well, you know the rest. What? And then she said, "Mom, I really like him. Can I at least keep him? He's very sweet." What? And then she said, "Not at all. Dating a black guy in the South, especially Mississippi, is not recommended. Do as you're instructed, please. You'll find someone better." And then she says, "Okay, I'll let him know that Jeff is hiring for work around the house." And like, what? He then posted this post on FB saying, "So this is why I stopped dating outside my race. Would be good and set up." And to this day, she still don't know that I saw those messages in her phone because I left afterwards and never said nothing else about it. Be careful out here, especially in Mississippi. Y'all.
Mike, your immediate reaction to that story.
The nigga still wanted to go to dinner after she said they set my last boyfriend up and he got life. Bro, how bad you want a white coochie, dog? They set my last boyfriend up. Google his name and he got life in prison. They set my last boyfriend up and he got life in prison. And your immediate response was, we should talk to them. Maybe we should all go to get dinner. What? Bro, I don't want no ass that bad. As soon as you said your people ain't fucking with me and I seen that shit in your phone, first of all, they set my last boyfriend up and he did life in prison. It is proof that they set somebody up for a crime he did not commit, and you want to go to dinner with these people? That's concerning, bro. That makes me understand that you're not there. You thinking with your small head and not your big head, brother. Because anybody I know with any type of common sense that would have read that is not gonna be like, maybe they just need talking to. Nigga, what? I'm flabbergasted, bro. I'm flabbergasted, bro. Like they set somebody up and he's in jail for life. What?
It's real.
Let's go to dinner with them. I could change their mind. They're gonna like this nigga.
My first response is this, Mike. We do a terrible job of racial dynamics for children.
100%. We need to be teaching about this.
Racial dynamics, political alignments. We do a terrible job talking about it. We teach and we preach love who you love. Love is free. Love is not free. Relationships are not free. Joining a family is not free. You got to understand that bloodline, and we don't think about it that way, Mike. When you go into a family, you are guiding that trajectory of what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And a young dude clearly is thinking with his little head, clearly isn't thinking the way he should because he hasn't been taught to, Mike. He doesn't even understand the danger that he just read. For me, Mike.
Bro, extreme danger. Stop. Caution. Stop signs, red flags, whistles.
And to see that, Mike, and for him to even, like you said, number one, Mike, I don't know about you, going on a dinner date with two white parents and a girl, doesn't that seem awkward? Your parents
100%.
aren't there?
What
are y'all gonna
my
talk
parents
about?
said? Why your parents here? My parents ain't there. If we doing parents on a dinner date, bro, we all doing this together.
Why is it just us? Why ain't we talking about now? Why ain't we having a conversation about that? Why I gotta meet with your people first before you even meet with mine? Why aren't we all meeting together? Because we're gonna be meshing families. Young brothers, be by yourself, bro. There's nothing worse than you have to check her phone and see that.
He didn't have to check her phone at all, bro. He didn't even understand that, like you said, how dangerous, how the immense, life-threatening, life-altering danger that he was in. Cause he wants some white pussy.
You ain't spitting, Mike. And this is something, Mike, I don't think a lot of us understand the dynamics of interracial relationships. And I'm going to use somebody else, Mike. The Bachelor. Miss Lindsay married a young white brother that was not on top of his game, nor had the money. They're divorced. She has to pay him $500,000 in cash, and he gets to keep their Miami condos. I don't think most of us are taught, Mike, how much of a political union and agreement that marriage and unification of families is. We think, I'm going to marry you. We love each other. We don't understand that in the eyes of the law, the racial dynamics will show. This sister got took. She has to pay him $500K in cash. He has to keep all of their Miami condos. Did you think about that? When do you see the white woman and the black man that's happened the other way, Mike?
Bro, you don't. Bro, you don't. Why? What kind of lawyer does she have? And people got to understand, love is 15% of a marriage. 85% business. 85% business. 100% business. Not 100%, but literally 85% business, bro. Down to and people gotta understand is you yes, love is a factor. It's a factor. You need to love the person that you marry, but you can't marry somebody off of love alone. Marriage is a real business contract, and it has always been. Marriage is to upgrade family. Marriage is to create generational wealth. And before you got to choose marriage for love, you was choosing marriage off of your parents choosing a family that had was well to do in your city and your town to create that generational wealth for a lower class of family, but they had a pretty young girl, or the families were equally yoked in business and a thriving atmosphere, and they wanted to come together as a conglomerate. That's what you have to understand. And back in the day, marriage really didn't have anything to do with love. It was 100% business. The love came later. You know what I'm saying? Like, because think about it. Some cultures are marrying people they never ever met. Some cultures are marrying motherfuckers that your mom and your daddy was like, you marrying that motherfucker. And you grow to love that person. That's why I say marriage is a business, and it's a combining of families, but also a combining of resources.
My dog Mike spitting. As I agree with you 1,000%, Mike. I just think when we have these conversations, Mike, it's never shown in the other light about, hey, once you marry that individual in a unification of families, the legal system is not on your side. As I always say, Mike, we do not have a justice system in this country.
We have a court system.
Once you remember that, you need to move, act, think, and act accordingly. So if you have something to lose, it's not on your side. Mike, for our next subject, it's not. Mike, for our next subject, I'm gonna keep it moving. I forgot. We behind, Mike. Me and Mike, we've been talking for a minute. I'm tired of these UK people, Mike. I don't know about you. A video is worth 1,000 words, Mike, and I want your honest opinion right now.
50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying, it would have never worked. Let me tell you something. You see 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying, it would have never worked in the UK. It would have never worked. And I'll tell you why. Because British culture is very much anti-flash. We don't want to hear about your big chains, your big cars, your big watches, and your houses and how you got shot X amount of times. No, that's too much for us. We're not inspired by that. The US market works because US and their culture is very much, oh, the flashier the better. Oh, you're confident. Oh, you're ambitious. Oh, yes, bring it on. The UK is very much, are you humble? Are you grateful to be here? Do you keep yourself to yourself? Or are you approachable? That'll work. Get Rich or Die Trying would have never worked in the UK because you can't be seen to be loud with your success. You have to be quietly successful until someone says, okay, you're allowed in. Let me tell you something. You see 50 Cent Get Rich.
Mike, your reaction.
I'm about to go in. You ready?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
You have to be quiet and humbled, and you have to work your way in because you motherfuckers are still slaves. Of course, it wouldn't work in an atmosphere where you have to ask permission. In America, you don't have to ask permission. You take what you want. So they keep saying that y'all are the us. If we never would have had a civil rights movement and fought back, that clip right there shows why Get Rich or Die Trying would not work in your atmosphere because you are still oppressed. Yes, we are still oppressed too, but we ain't fucking with that shit. Y'all are y'all drunk the Kool-Aid and cool with the cool that it's not great. You drunk the Kool-Aid and you cool that it's not great because you have to show them that you're humble. You have to show them that you belong there quietly. When has that ever worked? And the fact that y'all are cool with being humble and quiet says so much about why you still have slave mentality and you never had a civil rights movement for your own equal rights. And y'all never rebelled about anything about except for that goddamn tea in that water, motherfucker. Like, nigga, what? What? Y'all just as bad as a young man talking about my parents got somebody's life. Oh, great, let's go have dinner. They'll change their mind. That's what you sound like. That's what you sound like. And it's crazy that you think that's a badge of honor. Now, all of us are not flashy, but we gonna get ours any way possible and don't give a fuck if you gotta invite us in or not. We gonna kick down the door and set up shop at your motherfucking table, and this is my country and this is my shit. We're not, oh, chip chip cheerio chap. Do you think it's possible that we can belong in this atmosphere? Nah, motherfucker. Like, when has pleasantry and humbleness ever got anybody anywhere?
My
Y'all
dog
niggas
Mike.
them niggas is living eyes wide shut over there, boy. It's probably why y'all food shitty. Cause nobody has rebelled.
Mike, that was a bar. My dog Mike was cooking with napalm. I'm gonna try to add on the fuel to the fire. Number one, Mike. What is your obsession with speaking on Black American issues?
Oh,
We not, Mike, did you know what a Black Brit was 10 years ago?
Nigga, Idris Elba, that's it.
Mike, did you know what a Black Brit culture is? When did y'all call yourselves Black?
Do they have culture?
Can I ask you something?
What's up, bro?
Mike, you just cooked. You said humbleness gets you. What is drill music?
Our shit.
What is UK drill? Have you listened to it, Mike? What about that's humble?
Nothing.
What are you talking about?
And the number one artist that's doing UK drill is that white nigga.
Y'all Drake, and you don't even realize it. Y'all Drake is already taking off. And Mike, while you're talking so much about what issues we got going on, what will last, ma'am, 50 Cent sold $1 million over there. Them white folks was loving it. Can y'all create anything? Black Brits out there, create something to stop talking, bro. It's getting to the point where it's almost like y'all being annoying, Mike. You know what I'm saying? You keep talking, you keep making comments, but you ain't doing nothing. Create a song, create a genre, make something pop where you are. Stop riding our way.
You have to be non-flashy, T, and humble, and wait for them to say, "Hey, here's a seat at our table. You haven't made any type of ruckus.
Mike,
you can sit here."
Go ahead and keep cooking on that. Mike is cooking on that for real. For
bro,
real,
I can't believe she said that, bro.
But Mike, I'm not surprised at all, fam.
So you gotta be docile.
Yes.
You have to be docile, and you have to be. You God forbid you go against the grain, they won't invite you. Who gives a fuck about being invited?
Well, you got to remember, Mike, you have to be the good, what's the good tissue? Malcolm X had a saying years ago, Mike, you have to be the Negro that don't cause problems. Because once you're the Negro that cause problems, they don't like you. What's what she was describing, Mike? We are the good ones. We're not going to say no justice, no peace. We're not going to get in the street if something doesn't happen positively. Mike, here's another video that summarizes it perfectly. And I want you to get your response with this right here. You know, I come with the gym. Fair you, shed a live. Follow my boy Mike.
There were too many Black people from outside Africa, from outside America, going to America and playing the ass. And what it is African Americans spotted this and spotted that there's a consistent pattern. Black Caribbeans, Black people from Africa going to America and being the ass. And what the FBA agenda is putting up a wall and saying, no, you guys can't be a part of this if you're going to be on that, raccoon train.
When you say playing the ass, what? Because from what I know, a lot of Africans, a lot of Caribbeans who go there, academically, they're surpassing them. And also business-wise, they're surpassing them. So who was playing the ass?
when they then use that to say, well, that means that you African Americans are lazy. Do you see?
Yes.
And then being on some right-wing conservatism, let's throw African Americans under the bus.
That is true.
And let's pretend that Jim Crow didn't happen, redlining didn't happen, breaking up of African American business districts, breaking up of African American families. The COINTELPRO didn't happen. The Iran Contras and then moving drugs into the black community didn't happen. Yeah. And there's a whole list of things continuing right up until now that the American government has done to African Americans. And so for those black people recently arrived from outside America, you all didn't face any of that. So of course you're going to be doing better than African Americans. Duh.
Yeah.
But what's happening is a lot of the people outside Black America don't respect that. And so while I'm not about division, I can't pretend to not know why.
Mike, take off on that when you heard that scholar. Number one, that black British guy that tried to say the most education. My main point, I keep hitting that, Mike. If you're so goddamn educated, excuse my French, Mike, you know I try to keep it classy for the people that we got kids that watch this, Mike. If you're so educated, why ain't you doing it where your people at?
You still
What's
came
your
here.
thoughts on that video, Mike?
You said everything that I needed to hear. You came here so you could shine. American dream. You came here so you could shine. And then the thing that, like he said, that I don't fuck with, you came here and then tried to shine on us. The niggas that's, but you know, it's going back to being the good little Negro. Going back to being the yes, sir. Oh, I want to have a seat at the table and I'm going to be good until I get invited. Man, fuck the table, bro. But you come over here and try to shit on us, but you can't even go in your own country and succeed because you have to be invited. You see how that works? You come over here and you shine, a place that you don't have to be invited, a place that we have made sure you don't have to be invited, and you stand on the backs of us for kicking the door down and taking what we want. And now you come over here and shine on us because we're quote unquote lazy. But like he said, it's easy to shine on us because you haven't been disenfranchised. You came over here before like after civil rights was over. You came over here after we done march, got spit on, beat, water holes shot at us, killed. And you come over here and don't have to deal with none of that and be lit. I wish I could do that. I wish my family didn't have to go through anything and you just come over here, go through nothing at all. And look, guys, I told you black Americans were lazy. I came over here and I shined. But you came over here and you shined because you were on the backs of our depression and the backs of our oppression and the backs of our ancestors making a way. And you have to thank our black ancestors for not being invited at the table and making a way so you could sit at the table. In America. In America though. Not in the Caribbean, not in London, not anywhere outside of Africa. You come to America and use everything that you hate about us to shine.
Bars,
You're
Mike.
you're despicable, and I'm sick of you.
Mike, and bars. And I want to say something else to add on more what you said, Mike. Number one, the reason why you can come here is because we stand on business. We don't have a culture of leaving. Mike ain't letting no white person talk to him crazy and we leave him alone. Our culture is to address it. The reason why we can't go anywhere, Mike, to chime in on your subject, what your family say, Mike? If somebody hits you, you better hit them back.
Mm-hmm.
You bet not. Our culture, Mike, is not running. A lot of people's others' cultures, Mike, as much as you don't want to say it because it is messed up, you got a spirit of leaving and running away. You got a spirit of not addressing nothing. You got a spirit of not having no serious conversations. The reason why you can come here is because our spirit energy has been that way, bro. We standing on toes. I ain't going nowhere. You not gonna disrespect me. Mike, guess what? If I can't eat in this restaurant, Mike, can't nobody goddamn eat.
100.
That's the spirit. So when you have that spirit already here, And when you come here, we have an energy that we don't leave and run away from our problems. A lot of y'all do. That is the reason why, as much as people don't want to say it, Mike, and I've researched enough, Mike, Black Americans in this country have the most freedom of Black people worldwide. People don't even know that. Tell me another Black country in the world, Mike, where you have the freedom of expression being a Black person. Tell me another Black person in the world where you can speak your mind and not be scared to because you got people that hold your back. If something happens to you, you have a group of people that will champion behind you. If something happens to somebody in Africa, Mike, will they raise the money like we did for Carmelo Anthony?
Nah, dog.
Will it make head wave news or will they not say nothing? We got a spirit of that, y'all. So you are protected and you don't even realize that.
And then it just make me sick, bro. You come over here and do all that. You come over here and do all that shit, man. Give me all that
Mike,
shit you got.
I got something else and it gets worse, baby Mike. We got to understand, as us, Mike, we live in a different time because this TikTok and these social media platforms show them talking crazy. Men and women, Mike, take a listen.
How come people that come to the US can be so successful past the people that were born in this country? What's up with that? It makes no sense at all. Can you guys tell me why that happens? I literally want to be educated on that topic. If you've got someone who got common sense, neurological sense, those are the people I want to talk to. I don't want to talk to the NIGGA. I refuse.
So I've been seeing this African woman from Congo because I looked up the flag that she posts, talking hella crazy about Black Americans, just trying to get attention. Girl, I got a little bit of time before I eat my lunch. Now, let me ask you a question. In the Democratic Republic of the Congo, particularly the eastern region, the people are facing a severe humanitarian crisis due to a protracted conflict involving numerous armed groups, including M23, vying for control of resources and power. This has resulted in widespread displacement, food insecurity, and sexual violence, with children being particularly vulnerable. Now you can pause to read the rest of that. How come you fled your country since y'all come here and do so much better instead of staying your ass home and building up your country and helping out the children and helping out with the food scarcity and all that's going on over there? How come you're not more grateful to the people that you speak of because of us during the 1965 Civil Rights Movements, Immigration and Nationality Act? Baby, that's the only reason why you could come over here successfully and have the freedom and the liberties that you have. So stop being disrespectful. You wanted some attention, bitch, here I go. I answered. You kept calling. Black Americans, please give me some attention because clearly I'm bored and nobody's paying me any mind in real life. Y'all swear y'all doing so much better. Stay home and fix up your own country. You got a lot of problems in your own country. Spread love is the Brooklyn way.
Mike, I tell people all the time, we don't realize how much greasy stuff we're seeing now, Mike. How much greasy things we are seeing happen in real time. And why is this so important, King Crowder? Man, why you keep talking about this topic, man? Why is this topic becoming a big deal? It's a big deal because a lot of people ain't discussing it more. We seeing it in real time. I see the disrespect openly. I see the disrespect happen very commonly. And what most people don't understand is that when you get disrespectful, you can't get mad because the same energy is coming back to you. Openly in that video, we see disrespectful nature said. We see disrespectful comments being talked about. We see the energy already turning that way. So if I see your energy already turning that way, I see you already talking greasy. How you helping anything? Real talk. I just got to deal with it. I just got to understand it. I just got to hear it. But we ain't going to address nothing. Why are we talking about this topic so much in ad nauseam? We talk about this topic so much, man, because I believe it is so powerful. It is so powerful because as we see these things go on in real time, do you understand, like, the lasting impact it's going to have on people, man? And as we continue to grow, as we continue to keep having this discussion, we're gonna understand in real time, bro, what's going on. Right now, we are in a cultural rehabilitation war right now.
Dog,
That's
my
what
bad.
happened. You good, fam? You good? Give your thoughts on what you saw, Mike. I see my dog was in it, bro. My man was mad.
Hey, look, right? My phone, I ain't even get to see the rest of the video, and I was hoping Shorty had cooked her.
She
But
did.
my phone,
She did.
we was going too hard, bro. My phone was overheating because I had it plugged up to my work system, and I had you on both screens, and I was talking to you, made me
You
feel like I was
good?
in the studio, bro. My phone was like, y'all niggas cooking too hard. I gotta interrupt. But what I have to say is this: why, like she said, why did you flee your country? Why didn't you stay in your conflict and your turmoil? Why didn't you stay in your civil unrest? Why did you come to America to get an education? You want to know why that you're able to come to America and do much better than us? Because you're not looked at as us. You're looked as a foreign entity. So when you come here as an immigrant, the immigrant packages that they give immigrants that come to the United States either for school, work, any type of visa program. Now, and me and Terrell have talked about this before, immigrants are getting 800 credit scores. Immigrants are getting housing.
I'm listening, fam.
Immigrants are getting housing. Immigrants are getting anything and everything that they can to be a successful citizen in the United States. I didn't get that off the top when I was born or anything. I didn't migrate here. I was already here. You have to build your credit. You have to build your work experience. You have to build we not getting food stamps. We gotta pay for our groceries. We have to do, and I'm not saying all immigrants are getting these
No,
packages,
for
but
sure. But it's too common now, Mike. We
a
started
lot of
seeing it a lot
immigrants
more now.
a lot of immigrants are getting set up for success with government handouts and things. And I'm not saying like the old school immigrants where you came over here and you worked hard and you had to do this and you had to
Man,
do
y'all
that.
getting what was it, HUD, Mike? What was all that stuff?
Right.
Come
They
on,
getting
man.
grants, but you got to understand, if you want to start a business and you're an immigrant and you're a dreamer or whatever it is that Obama
They give
calls
you
you,
money.
they give you money. They give you money to succeed. They give you money to set up. And your mindset is not the same as us that of the people who struggle. Y'all are y'all are living 5 to 8 people to a house. Y'all are pooling your money together. Y'all are pulling your resources together. Y'all are doing things in the way that we were not taught.
Y'all ain't paying taxes neither, Mike. Let's keep on adding all that up, Mike. If we're gonna talk
100%.
about it, put it on the pavement.
Y'all not paying taxes like we are. Y'all don't have y'all when y'all first get here and y'all first get an income. Half of y'all are under the table and nobody knows that you're here. So you're working and you're getting straight paper, no taxes. You could be a little bit more successful.
I'm gonna keep asking the same question, Mike. Ain't nobody asking.
What
Why,
we got to do with
if
y'all?
you work so hard, Mike, if you are so smart, why are you not in Congo making it pop?
If you was working so hard, you wouldn't have to come to America.
Why do y'all have to? Why y'all gotta leave? If you were so smart, everybody that you keep telling me you work so hard, you do so well, why do you have to leave where you from to do that? Mike, we never left where we from. Mike, that moved around, we didn't did stuff, we didn't did it where we was at. We ain't have to go nowhere and try to figure it out somewhere else. We did it where we was at. Who respects you if you gotta go somewhere else and get money off somebody else?
But my thing
Who
is
respects
this:
that?
how you look when you go home and you was busted, broke, disgusted, and you sending money back. But how did you get to America and all of a sudden you like fucking made it? It's
It's
designed
meant
for you to have that. It's designed. It is designed, and I will say it again for the people in the back. It's designed for you to be able to have that
facts, Mike.
because you're not us. You're different than us. And if you looked at our last video, the way you play ball is different than the way we play ball. They invited you to the table because you're the good nigga, the humble nigga, the nigga that doesn't mind listening and following directions, the nigga that is subdued in the mind and not will start a rebellion. Yes, I will help that type of nigga out because that nigga ain't gonna cause no problems.
My boy Mike cooking with napalm. Final thoughts on the subject, Mike, before we got 3 more before we go to Mel's video. Let me hear it.
All right, so check this out. Stop speaking on us, cuz. Because you come here and you live off the backs of everything that our ancestors had did to protect you and make you feel safe. You're able to do everything that you're able to do in this country because of us. If we were in your country, we could not go and take over the world and be a dreamer and have goals and and the government wouldn't give a fuck about us. It's crazy. Stop speaking on us. You speak on us because you want to be us, my nigga. And we ain't sitting here letting you, and we ain't gonna sit here and let you disenfranchise or talk about us and you using all our resources when you come to our country to be great.
My
Be great,
dog,
like
Mike.
Terrell said. Be great where you at.
I always say this
Be
last
great
word.
where you at.
Oh, my boy Mike cooking for real. I can't even add too much but say about it because this, Mike. You're going to get addressed a lot more. Y'all are publicly being disrespectful. You're going to be publicly disrespected back and addressed. I want you to understand something. The culture y'all set forward, moving forward now, there is no more being quiet and being understanding. Y'all think shit sweet? We're going to address it like it's sweet. That's what the culture is now. Ain't no more biting tongues, man. Ain't no more hiding about it. Stand on what you believe. So when something real in this country happens, and you are so good and a white racist thing happens, keep that same energy, fam. Because I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. Mike, man, you know I don't trust these motherfucking robots. Excuse my language, Mike. I don't trust these robots, right? I don't know if you've seen why, dog. I don't know if my dog's seen, Mike. They tell us to trust these robots. They tell us they ain't going to do nothing, Mike. A robot gets angry because he couldn't get a break. Watch the video, Mike. Robots getting angry now? Mike.
Bro, when did they start getting robots emotions, nigga?
Right. Let me play it again. No sound. Everybody talking about what's going. Mike, he just went ham. He tried to choke him out.
Turned up on his ass, bro.
Mike, while we playing, did y'all see that?
That shit's scary, bro. I'm terrified.
Yeah, it's scary, Mike. Again, we addressed everything here, Mike. Seeing that video, it ain't as viral as it should be, Mike. What's your thoughts, fam?
Bro, we niggas don't be looking at it like I be thinking different, bro. Like y'all niggas ain't never seen the movie I, Robot. Y'all niggas ain't never seen the movie Terminator and shit like that. Like it's a reason and it's a theme in all the movies. Don't do that shit. Don't make this shit that smart. Don't let this shit take care of you. Stop treating, and the theme in the movie is to stop treating this shit mean and doing fucked up shit to these robots, dog. Like what? Like, nigga,
Listen,
no.
if it wasn't on the chain,
Bro,
the
y'all
robot
better
would have
chill.
spazzed on buddy.
Why are we even trying to be that advanced? Stop trying to be that advanced. Y'all don't
Mike,
learn nothing from the movies.
Robot would have choked Buddy out if he would have been on that chain.
Bro, if
While we
Robot won't on that
playing, Mike,
chain,
Robot ain't
it was
playing
a
no games. Am I
murder.
lying?
You ain't lying, bro. And we being too trustful with this shit. Like, bro, I don't even like asking Siri questions. Like you
People think I'm crazy because I'm like Will Smith. I don't trust none of them, Mike. I don't want no
Yeah.
self-driving car. I don't want your help. I want, I'm going to do it my way. No, we not being that comfortable. Ain't no way. I'm serious.
But it's
I'm with you
laziness.
1,000%.
It's lazy. It's laziness that's causing this, and they in the name. And then why y'all letting Elon do all this shit with these robots, dog? Like this nigga's taking all the shit from the movie I, Robot. Nigga, y'all ain't watching.
Listen, it's a lot of questionable
And then
stuff
I,
going on,
Robot,
fam.
and I, Robot, them niggas turned up on them niggas, bro, and start killing niggas and shit like that. Like, and y'all niggas just like,
Man,
oh, we got robots, we're good. Hell
man,
nah,
that
cuz.
video ain't got enough views on it, Mike. I saw
Nigga,
that video and say,
nigga,
why
that
everybody ain't
robot.
talking about them?
Why we still ain't talking about the robot that attacked Buddy at the Tesla factory, nigga? Why did the robot attack that man out of nowhere?
It's too many, Mike. I don't
That's
want them in the crib.
Nigga, we
I'm
already
with
got it in the crib. Niggas got Alexa and Siri. Nigga, that's step one.
you right, Mike. You right though. You right. You right. You right though. I'm just cautious
That's
about it,
step
dog.
one. Think
You
about
right.
it. Think about it. Niggas is lazy. Alexa, turn the lights on. Alexa, turn the lights off.
I don't be
Alexa,
asking for nothing, mate. Alexa
Alexa,
ain't
what's
doing
the
nothing to him.
nigga? I ain't even got no Alexa. Fuck Alexa. Cuz. And if I ain't have an iPhone, I wouldn't have no Siri, cuz.
You ain't
We doing
lying,
too
though. You
much.
ain't lying, family.
And
You not
and
lying. I agree with you. And,
and,
and speaking of that
and
issue,
like,
Mike, go ahead.
who
No,
keep
you
letting these
right, though.
people do all this though? You feel me? Like, why ain't nobody being like, hold up, bro? I don't even know if we need that right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, pretty soon we
My
gonna
dog.
have robot wives. We gonna be fucking
Yeah,
robots. Robots.
man. My dog spitting. My dog spitting. And Mike,
We,
I don't know
we,
if you seen this new post too, Mike. Remember how we had that conversation about being a good Negro and stuff?
yeah.
People don't understand that everybody keeps score, Mike. I don't know if you've seen this story out of Minnesota where the white mom said called that Somalian kid NIGGA.
Oh
In a matter of 2
wow.
weeks, Mike, they have raised, and look, I want you to understand something. They have raised $537,000 for her legal defense fund. Wait a minute, Mike. And what the man said at the bottom, Mike, we won. People don't think
Damn.
how deep race go, Mike.
Bro,
They
that's
called a
because it's so
Somali and African kid the
subconscious.
N-word, and the lady said, protect my family. I need $1 million, Mike. And she about to receive it already.
Man, that shit crazy, bro.
Hey, we always be aware of everything, Mike.
Bro, these pink face, thin lip motherfuckers, bro.
But Mike, it ain't Mike. I tell everybody, ain't no reason to be mad. We need to be aware of what's going on.
Bro, but they gotta understand too. One thing I want to get straight to while we talking about it. Stop telling black people we came from a goddamn monkey. And if y'all believe in that shit, y'all stupid as hell, boy. Dumb as a motherfucker, bro. Talking about, yeah, we came from the ape. No, y'all came from the ape because if you look at DNA and you test the DNA, they have Neanderthal DNA in them and they have the DNA of the ape in them. We do not. Have you ever seen a gorilla with thick lips, nigga, and wide nostrils? No, nigga. Stop playing, cuz.
I think the main thing for me, Mike, is that the wording was very similar, and the guy took a screenshot to let you know. We're watching how y'all
Yeah,
can
for
raise
Carmelo
money.
Anthony, bro.
But Mike,
Yeah,
we can
y'all
do it
niggas.
faster. We raised this in 7 days, Mike.
Bro, that shit, man, crazy that she called somebody a nigga and she talking about I need help. So calling somebody a nigga is okay? In the eyes of America, it must be.
Absolutely, Mike. You see them saying it right now. We see with the actions showing that we'll give money and support it. We showing in real time, Mike, what's going on in these streets. A lot of us don't like to talk about it, Mike. We don't like to address problems and issues. But her saying, having the right to say that and raising that much money, be aware of the time we in. Don't forget, Mike, we in Trump country right now. And that's a fact.
Bro, did you hear that he trying to make it possible for him to run a third term,
He
bro?
gonna win, Mike. Who gonna beat him on the Democratic side, Mike? I don't even think Obama could beat him.
Bro, I feel like we just laid down and just was like, all right.
Hey, bro, he's speaking the way them white folks like, Mike. And Mike, speaking of which, did you know Atlanta is going through a recession? A she session, Mike. I don't know if you hip of that term.
What?
Slutty vegans, she session. Remember all the boss bar owners that were opening up stuff in establishment, specifically in Atlanta? The lady that owns Slutty Vegan has opened or closed another location. Stay tuned.
Down in Journal Constitution News down in the ATL shawty dropped this article about Pinky Cole and her board of directors or her co-owners or whatever they was not paying the employees that they owe money to for, salary or hours or whatever you want to call it. Bar vegan. Yeah. So the gist of the story is that the one employee sued them for unpaid wages or something to that effect, and then that caused other people to jump in, and they did a class action lawsuit, went to court, and they won, basically. Now, Pinky and her two partners, Aaron Matheson and Jason Craig, hold on. Yeah, Pinky and her two partners were supposed to pay like 60-some thousand for another person. You know, they had to pay the money now. Now, mind you, Pinky making buku money, as the folks say in Louisiana. And, you know, Aaron is a rising star and Jason is a rising star, and everybody making the money, and the money is coming in like water. Uh-huh. They came to an agreement and the whole thing, but what Pinky and her two homeboys did, they ran off on the plug twice. Now, wait a minute. Pinky said, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I wasn't doing nothing. These two people was running the, you know, the stuff, and my name is on the thing. Pinky, you full of shit. Allegedly. The lawyer says that they can't get their money, and then as you go further down the article, Pinky and them not paying their lawyers. Ain't no money. And my question is, who has it now? Now, while Pinky out here on a some type of tour, on a corny world tour, but now make no mistake, Pinky and the two other homeboys ain't broke up with each other because they follow each other on social media. Maybe they just still follow each other, all three of them. Dissolving the brand, they dissolving the company, and she restarting another one, and she done got a trademark for some vegan hoagies and all that kind of shit. And just Pinky, I don't really have time for this bullshit. Now, Pinky is hanging out with Maury Povich.
Is this it? No. Actually, I should be asking you that. Is this it?
Now, what I can tell y'all, I'm sure has happened, is that there is some person like Darian who's 20 to 30 years in accounting that either work with Pink and them or work with Jason or work with Aaron, and he or she was telling them that they didn't pay their employees and the payroll hours wasn't right, and the managers need to make sure that the people clock in and clock out and make sure that they go by all the rules that the state has set out. But Pink and them probably weren't trying to hit it, so they ignored that person is just like Darren. And then the person like Darren is in accounting or in controller, and they telling them, y'all, we got to pay our bills. Y'all need to scale back spending money. Y'all need to do this. Y'all need to do that. And they said, Darren, they told that person it's just like Darren, we don't want to hear that bullshit. And so the person like Darren told them, fuck y'all, and I'm out of here. And after that person left, then the shit started being.
Mike, the session that we had an uplift of restaurants and things coming about. And this is not the bash us. Thank you, brother. But we gotta have these conversations. When you're making money and it's flowing in, it's cool. But when things are coming about and we're seeing issues starting to bubble and we're seeing things starting to close down, what is your thought of when you see restaurant chains and things like this have money overnight, but while they're having legal battles, they're still traveling and doing things? Disrespectful? Go ahead.
I mean, in the words of a great famous showman, the show must go on. Because as soon as I stop the show, the money gonna stop for real, right? It hurts me because she was so thriving. Like, you doing bad business though, dog, and that's something I can never stand behind, bro. Like, you had the great story of one thing for sure, two things for certain. Stop being greedy. All this money that you're amassing ain't good money. You should have did it slow and steady, and maybe you did it first, but then like anything else, the money is the root of all evil. And I do believe that you let the money get to your head. You start getting these partners, you start cutting corners, and you weren't doing things the right way. You have to pay people that work for you, period. That is your blood. That is the blood going through the veins of the restaurant. If you're not paying the people for their labor, you're a crook. And the one thing I hate is for somebody to amass a whole bunch of wealth and owing people money. That is crazy to me. Do right by these people. Go back to the basics of what you started your first restaurant on and the love and the passion that you had to do what you had to do. That's what you should stand on. You should never. And mama always said a quick buck ain't a good buck. And y'all niggas making quick money right now. That ain't no good money at all. The longevity is treating people right. The longevity is doing correct business. The longevity is doing everything in your eyes and in the eyes of the people, so that you were a mentor to people. You paying for people college too. How you paying for people colleges and paying for everybody to have a LLC and a graduating class? You doing dumb shit like that, and you ain't even paying motherfuckers that really did work for you. You paying motherfuckers to have a business that you don't even know, and you ain't paying your employees. Crazy work, diabolical.
No, I think for me, Mike, the first thing that comes to mind is this. Her story is amazing, but let's keep it real, Mike. You are not a multi-millionaire with one restaurant.
Right.
The success story is an amazing story. But what I'm starting to notice, Mike, is that people want to shine, but you don't want the day-to-day. Are
At
you
all.
actually running the day-to-day operations? You have a restaurant in Atlanta that's extremely successful and it does very well. Now, with you having that, should you open up 3 or 4 chains? Should you have multiple locations if you don't have your footing in right? Should
No.
you be paying for LLCs, Mike? Should you
No.
be doing these things, or do you want to appear that you really got it?
It's
You know what I'm
smoke and
saying?
mirrors. It's smoke and mirrors because I'm gonna be 100 with you, bro. What type of a person are you not paying your people, but you paying for niggas to have a business? What type of mentorship and leadership are you putting amongst all them young black people that was at that school? Like you crazy as hell, dog. Like you made me more disgusted that you did that and you not paying the niggas that's getting you money. You always take care of the people that's getting you money and you will amass an amount of wealth that is beyond your imagination.
Big facts. I think, Mike, you understand as we're doing the day-to-day right now. The day-to-day is how you get better. And Mike, think about if we just blew up overnight. It wouldn't be good because we ain't got Mike ain't got his camera, his foundation. You know what I'm saying, Mike? We need these
But I'm gonna
day-to-day
be real with you, bro.
to be building.
No matter how big you get, keep your hand in that day to day. Cause then
You do.
nobody could
You do.
ever fuck you. Nobody could ever fuck you over. Nobody could ever. This happened because you stopped having your hand in the day to day and you start letting other people run the shit for you. Nope.
You're
You need
right,
to be
though,
a
fam.
part of that.
You're right,
Every
fam.
time. Every time that somebody steps away from the day to day, some wild fucked up shit happen.
You ain't lying, Mike. You're right. No, I really think, Mike, and this is among us right now, our women. Let me say that the luxury, a luxury appeal they have on them is bad, Mike. I want the soft life. I don't want to work. I want to be just. There is no such thing as soft. I don't have to work life. You're going to have to
Cause
work
even
if you
if
want to
you,
live.
my nigga, I tell Shorty all the time, like, if you ain't working and I'm paying all the bills, you better have business and our savings account better be straight.
But
You
Mike,
better be able to
even if
pay
you're
for
not
anything
working,
and
if you're not
everything that
doing,
I want to do.
Mike, but you got to think, even if you're doing that, what value is that going to add to you over time? If you're
Nothing.
just taking, I'm going to get resentful too. You got to be invested in me just as much as I'm invested in you. Because if
You,
not, Mike,
j-
I'm overextending myself. You know what I'm saying?
bro, I say this all the time. You ain't gotta work, but you ain't gotta have a 9 to 5, but you gotta work though. Like
You got to
you
work.
can have a business.
You
You got a
got
business.
to work.
You got a business, but you ain't about to sit around this motherfucker and do not a damn.
No, Mike, for sure. So that story is sad to see, but like you said, Mike, she overscaled, and it's going to be a tragedy because, like the turkey leg hut, Mike, lawyer things are already starting to mount up. So once we see one lawsuit, Mike, we already know multiple lawsuits are going to start to occur. We're going to continue to watch that story because we cover everything here. Me and Mike don't shy away from nothing. But when we see
But
these
I want you to
conversations,
think
we
about.
want. Oh, you know I am,
Hold
fam. We're
on,
going
real
to
quick.
chop it up.
Now I want you to think about this too.
Chop it up,
Think
G.
about how think about how many people you have to do wrong to have a class action lawsuit.
Dang, Mike.
It went
That hit
from
different right there, Mike.
it went from
That hit different.
yeah, bro. Think about that. That's real shit, right? Think about it. It went from having a group of people that you could settle with to too many people that it's class action.
I mean, you doing a lot of people dirty.
Yeah. And have done a lot of people wrong. That's when you do shit like that, bro, it's more than 100. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Mike, that's deep, bro. Your lasting thoughts on that subject, Mike, seeing that happen in real time.
If you're gonna do business, always do fair and equal business. Don't chase the quick buck. Don't scale up too fast because you need to be prepared for anything and everything that's going to happen, and never take your hand off the day to day. I don't give a fuck if you look at it once or twice a week. Never take your hand completely off the day to day. You are never too big for that little baby business that you started, because it's always going to be that little baby business that you started. And as long as that you got your hand in the day to day, nobody can take your business and fuck you with it. Period.
My God. And I want to end it too, Mike. Stop thinking that luxury means you have money, people. You got to be grinder at the end of the day. The affection you have when now I want to speak and do different things, you can do that. But you are not sustained enough on your own where your money can take care of you if you're doing bad business. Like Mike said, hundreds of people had to sue you to have a class action lawsuit. So that means a lot of problems are looming. Your restaurants are having closures. They are. So a lot more things are going on behind the scenes you ain't got to discuss to us about, and they're starting to come open more. Either you're going to address them or they're going to start to hurt you. Mike, for our final subject for the day, man, Mike in the music video, if y'all ain't know Mike was famous, if y'all ain't know my dog, and one of our local celebs, Male Fresh, my boy, we're going to play it for a little bit, Mike, and you tell us what you did, your creative genre.
Hey, let me introduce this. Let me do it right. Let me do it right.
Dog.
This video is from a local Virginia celebrity who has moved on and is doing great and amazing things in California. It may be new to you, but he's true to us. This is one of the 4 horsemen in the best friend crew. This is our little brother, no other than Mellow Fresh, and he is huge. We can't even describe the type of platform that this brother has. And I have been in almost every single music video. I got a small part in the video, but I just want y'all to sit back and enjoy the artistry. Look at it with an open lens, look at it for what it is, and look at it for the artistry. This man has wrote, produced, made the beat, rapped on the track, and also shot the video, edited the video, produced the video. He is the one-stop shop for anything creative that you're about to see with your eyes. Enjoy.
Congratulations. The apron is yours. You have been chosen. May the power be with you.
Here we go again. 4 days down. Who's happening? Rapid eye dressing from Jacqueline. Gotta live cause my patience was running in. I'm ready now. Countdown for the weekend. Back again. I ain't seen you since 2010. Monday was crazy, Tuesday was harder, Wednesday was so bad I flipped out and scared all my partners. I almost lost everything on a Thursday, but it all got so much better on a Friday. Long days, where's tomorrow? First the rain falls, then the grass grows. It's the weekend, I'm trying to sleep in. Show where's it all got so much better on a Friday. Yes, top of the week, top of the morning. On the text, there was no replies. Worthwhile till they hurt my vibe. Left me alone, didn't say goodbye. These days, Tuesdays are like 2 days running hand in hand together. Mesmerized, I can't say whatever. What you say that's gonna make it better. What's the plan when nothing changes and remains as it was before? Drip me down in black velour. Taste the blood, got me back for more. How do you talk when it's time for war? You gonna tell it all when they press record? Hands down, it's another day down. Let the weekend be profound. I really made it through the week. How dare you try and drag me in beef? Don't get eliminated cause I do not play it. And I was bone up for teeth. Let's move on the same day, turn around. Flip flop on the Monday, turn around. And on my head, it's 100 pounds. Have the repercussions of the crown. Monday was crazy. Tuesday was harder. Wednesday was so bad I flipped out and scared all my partners. I almost lost everything on a Thursday, but it all got so much better on a Friday. Long days, where's tomorrow? First the rain falls, then the grass grows. It's the weekend. I'm trying to sleep in. Show. Cause it all got so much better on a Friday. Here we go again. 4 days down, who's tapping in? Got that address sent from Jacqueline. Finally, cause my Monday was crazy, Tuesday was harder, Wednesday was so bad I flipped out and scared all my partners. I almost lost everything on a Thursday, but it all got so much better on a Friday. Long days, where's tomorrow? First the rain falls, then the grass grows. It's the weekend, I'm trying to sleep in. Sure, cause it all got so much better on a Friday. Here we go again. 4 days down, who's happening? Got that address sent from Jacqueline. Finally, cause my patience was running thin. I'm ready now. I'm ready for the weekend. I almost lost it on a Thursday, but it all got so much better on a Friday. It's Friday. Hello, Fresh.
I'm about to come up.
Yeah. Hey man, do Mellow Fresh still work here? It don't matter anyway. I'm still gonna invite everybody out to the function tonight. But first, man, let me get a double cheeseburger, some waffle fries, some barbecue bat wings, and some jalapeno poppers.
Tenant on the dash, cause I'm in it. Fragrance scent in it like it's rented. Poncho said it, cause I meant it. We don't talk wild or percentage. Love it when the Fridays come. Every day before it felt numb. Gossip where I used to be alum. You just pay homage to what I become.
Los Angeles! Tonight, we witness greatness. Are you ready? Then, for all in attendance this Friday night and the millions streaming in, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to mellow!
If you don't hear no answer, then don't touch it. If you gon' wear that glamour, then don't tuck it. Now you so in there because you love it on the front line. Put your hand in mine and let it change your life. I need you the way you need me. Just commit your mind, let it set you free. With brightness from the daylight, put your hand in mine and let it change your life. I need you the way you need me. Just commit your mind, let it set you free. Yeah. Independence took you places you weren't supposed to go. Cruising, creeping house to house, hysterical in your shows. You don't want to irritate them, so don't drive too slow. And if you need me, hit the falsetto. I'm right here, but never land. It's only right you deal with the publicity. How can I not Wear my feelings on the sleeve when everybody is checking for me. Checking for D's, the property belongs to me. You live in this game. They want it from me, I leave it to you as long as you live in your lane. I'm letting the truth remain. Keep leaving the stain. The noise, the price, how thick is the plot? How thick is the air that we're barely breathing? How many wins do you claim it's even? Know you love this life, let's live it together loudly. You're allowed to degrade, it's not a mistake. Let our enemies fall through all the grounds. The quick is swallowed inside. The truth is applied. Now we can ride low to the tempo of this top life. A few things, keep it airtight, cause you down with some real ones. Cut the keys to the Hilton and stack it way past a zillion. We shaking the building. We're releasing, be free.
That joint was hard, bro.
Man, classic. I love to see it, bro. Mike, Studio Mike, I love it, baby. You had a big week, fam. How does it feel to have a cameo in a video? I mean, this ain't your first. It ain't nothing to my dog. This is a normal Tuesday for my dog. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm gonna be real with you. Just
ahead,
as
man.
big as he continues to get, I'm just humbled every time that he asks me to be in a video, bro.
Man, dog, remember you cooking too. What I always tell you, you building yourself up. You got value you doing. You building your own resume repertoire as you doing it with him. So he ain't leaving you behind because he know you still building. Remember, he mess with you because he see what you're doing off the day. Continue to build your own legacy. Continue to do your own thing. Continue to add values to people. That's why you can still stay shining, dog. Don't think that you're not doing nothing because you're doing a lot. It may seem small. Don't compare it to me. Don't compare it to nobody else. Keep building your own, bro. What I tell you, man, gotta keep doing, dog. Mike, you gotta start getting this. Mike, you get the webcam next. Mike, you gotta start. You know what I mean? Little by little, dog.
I've been researching.
Yeah, you got to,
bro.
man. If we gonna do it, dog, when you have your, you got to. Remember, this is one revenue. You still got more. You still got your, you still got this. You got a lot of things you can get to your repertoire. But until you add it on and be intentional, it ain't gonna happen. You feel me? It ain't gonna happen overnight, fam. But as long as you keep growing, keep doing stuff, you got people around you. You got it. Now take advantage of it, man. Tell them what you got going on this week, family. Before we head up, we rolling. This is smooth
This
tonight.
week
We
is
quick, man.
self positivity. This week is about. I'll be fasting this week again, so I'm going back to the fast. Start my days off. So you know I'm about to hit the gym heavy, and I'm just continue to improve, bro. Continue to be me. I just like that I'm finally starting to see the work.
Remember, man, your body, your mind, your life is a muscle, mate. You'll see your fruits of your labor as long as you continue to produce fruit. Keep planting, you're gonna see as much fruits as you want. Keep planting. Keep planting with your life, be intentional. Everything is gonna come to you, dog. Trust me. Don't doubt yourself. You're gonna keep going, bro. Not only that, mentally read everything else. You got to keep playing. So, Mike, drop your socials. Give them your word of wisdom before we get out this mug, G. Can you hear me, Mike? Mike might have froze for a little bit, but it's your boy, King Crowder, back again with another edition of Live on Sunday, man. If you did not know, Sunday is your first day of the week. This week, I'm going to be focused on getting some of these interviews locked in. Next week, I do travel, so you will see your boy vlogging in multiple locations. Hopefully, next week, I get the camera up and active and we get everything going in a positive direction. I also want to tell everybody, hey, make sure subscribe, like, comment to the channel. Make sure you follow me and Mike on all platforms because we everywhere. Any and everywhere that you can find us and follow us, we'll be happy to see you. Make sure you stay in tune. Black Man Interviews will be in tune. Subscribe to my boy Mello's channel. Make sure you stay active, stay humble, stay prayed up, stay focused, stay in tune. I'm happy to see you. I hope you enjoy your weekend, enjoy your work week, and remember, you are in charge of your legacy. You are in charge of your life. Until next time, it's your boy, King Crowder. Check it out. Let's see you next Monday.